Hello everyone, welcome to another series of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was Soyuz spacecraft was recently in news. It is associated with which of the following space agencies? The Indian Space Research Organization, Russian Space Agency, the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, or the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. The correct answer is option B, Russian Space Agency. Recently, the Russian space agency Roscosmos has successfully launched a Soyuz spacecraft to bring back 3 astronauts stranded on the International Space Station or ISS. The 2 Russian and an American astronaut will board the empty Soyuz spacecraft to return to Earth. The Soyuz MS-23 vessel loaded with supplies was launched from the Russian-operated Baikonur Cosmodrome. The Soyuz is a Russian spacecraft. The Soyuz carries people and supplies to and from the space station. The Soyuz can also bring people back to Earth. Therefore, option B is correct. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, in the context of space exploration, the ALMA telescope is related to which of the following countries? Chile, France, USA, or Italy? The correct answer is option A, Chile. The Atacama Large Millimeter or Submillimeter Array or ALMA, a radio telescope, is set to get software and hardware upgrades. It will help it collect much more data and produce sharper images than ever before. It comprises 66 antennas located in the Atacama Desert of northern Chile. Hence, option A is correct. The desert is the driest place in the world, meaning most of the nights here are clear of clouds and free of light distorting moisture, making it a perfect location for examining the universe. ALMA is a state-of-the-art telescope that studies celestial objects at millimeter and submillimeter wavelengths. They can penetrate through dust clouds and help astronomers examine dim and distant galaxies and stars out there. It also has extraordinary sensitivity, which allows it to detect even extremely faint radio signals. Next question is, with reference to global biodiversity, the IUCN status of the polar bear is endangered, vulnerable, near threatened, or least concern. The correct answer is option B, vulnerable. International Polar Bear Day is observed on February 27th. The polar bear is the largest bear in the world and the Arctic's top predator. The polar bear's Latin name, Ursus maritimus, means sea bear. Considered talented swimmers, polar bears can sustain a pace of 6 miles per hour by paddling with their front paws and holding their hind legs flat like a rudder. They have a thick layer of body fat and a water-repellent coat that insulates them from cold air and water. Polar bears spend over 50% of their time hunting for food. Their habitat includes the Arctic Ocean, sea ice, and adjacent coastal areas. Their IUCN status is vulnerable. Therefore, option B is correct. Next question is, in the context of defense capabilities, the term Cobra Warrior was in the news. It is multilateral air exercise, CRPF battalion, naval exercise, or tri-service exercise. The correct answer is option A, multilateral air exercise. An Indian Air Force contingent comprising 145 air warriors departed Air Force Station Jamnagar recently for participating in Exercise Cobra Warrior. The exercise will take place at the Weddington Air Force Base of the Royal Air Force in the United Kingdom. The exercise is scheduled from 6 March to 24 March 2023. It is a multilateral air exercise in which air forces from Finland, Sweden, South Africa, the United States of America, and Singapore would also be participating alongside the Royal Air Force and IAF. Hence, option A is correct. The aim of the exercise is to participate in diverse fighter aircraft engagements and learn from the best practices of various air forces. Next question is, with reference to Indian arts and culture, the 14th Rashtriya Sanskriti Mahotsav is taking place in Nagpur, Varanasi, Bikaner, or Kolkata. The correct answer is option C, Bikaner. The 14th Rashtriya Sanskriti Mahotsav commenced at Dr. Karni Singh Stadium in Bikaner, Rajasthan recently. Hence, option C is correct. The festival, being organized by the Union Ministry of Culture, was inaugurated with a Shobha Yatra in which artists from different states of the country participated in traditional dresses. The 9 days long festival is being organized with the support of 7 regional cultural centers and various academies. It is being organized for the first time in Rajasthan. The objective of the festival is to preserve, promote, and popularize the rich cultural heritage of the country. It will continue till March 5. Next question is, recently the initiative MIRA was in the news. It is related to marine life, space exploration, disaster mitigation, or millets. The correct answer is option D, millets. India has introduced a draft to launch a global initiative to encourage the consumption and production of millet. The draft of the proposed initiative MIRA was placed during the first Agriculture Deputies meeting under the Agriculture Working Group or AWG G20 at Indore. The acronym MIRA stands for Millet International Initiative for Research and Awareness. It will be aimed at coordinating millet research programs at the international level. It is in line with the UN declaring 2023 as the International Year of Millets, the proposal for which was moved by India and supported by 72 countries. It will aim to connect millet research organizations across the world while also supporting research on these crops. Its secretariat will be in Delhi. Hence, option D is correct. Next question is, in the context of Indian polity, what is or are the powers of the Election Commission of India or ECI? 1. To prepare electoral rolls and to register all eligible voters. 2. To notify the dates and schedules of elections and to scrutinize nomination papers. 3. To grant recognition to political parties and allot election symbols to them. Select the correct option using the code given below. 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Recently, the Prime Minister of India has lauded all those involved in a monumental effort by the ECI to ensure every eligible voter can vote with ease in Meghalaya Assembly election. ECI is a permanent and an independent body established by the Constitution of India. It aims to ensure free and fair elections in the country. The powers and functions of the ECI are to determine the territorial areas of the electoral constituencies, to prepare and periodically revise electoral rolls, and to register all eligible voters. Hence, statement 1 is correct. To notify the dates and schedules of elections and to scrutinize nomination papers. Hence, statement 2 is correct. To grant recognition to political parties and allot election symbols to them. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Therefore, option D is correct. To act as a court for settling disputes related to granting of recognition to political parties and allotment of election symbols to them. To appoint officers for inquiring into disputes relating to electoral arrangements and to determine the code of conduct to be observed by the parties and the candidates at the time of elections. Next question is, International Intellectual Property Index report is released by which of the following ones? US Chamber of Commerce, World Intellectual Property Organization, World Trade Organization, or International Monetary Fund? The correct answer is option A, US Chamber of Commerce. India has been ranked 42nd out of 55 countries in the US Chamber of Commerce latest International IP Index 2023 report. Therefore, option A is correct. The annual International IP Index evaluates the protection of IP rights in 55 of the world's leading economies, together representing around 90% of the global GDP. The report covers everything from patent and copyright laws to the ability to monetize IP assets and the ratification of international agreements. India was ranked 43rd out of 55 countries on the International Intellectual Property Index 2022. Next question is, who among the following is or are not eligible to get benefits under the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi or PM Kisan scheme? 1. All land holding farmer families having cultivable land holding up to 2 hectares. 2. All institutional landholders. 3. Farmer families in which one or more of its members hold constitutional post. Select the correct option using the code given below. 1 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, or 3 only. The correct answer is option B, 2 and 3 only. Recently, the Prime Minister of India has released the 13th installment of PM Kisan Samman Nidhi scheme at Belagavi in Karnataka. PM Kisan is a central sector scheme of the Government of India. It aims to provide income support to all small and marginal land holding farmer families. A benefit of Rs 6,000 per annum per family payable in 3 equal installments every 4 months shall be provided. All landholding farmer families having cultivable landholding up to 2 hectares are eligible to get benefit under the scheme. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. However, out of these, the following are ineligible to get benefits. All institutional landholders, hence statement 2 is correct. Farmer families in which one or more of its members belong to the following categories: former and present holders of constitutional posts, former and present ministers, all persons who paid income tax in the last assessment year, etc. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Therefore, option B is correct. Next question is with reference to Sahel region of Africa, consider the following statements. 1. Niger is a landlocked country. 2. Sahel region is a semi-arid region of western and north central Africa. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Niger currently ranks 115th out of 121 countries in the Global Hunger Index. The number of people not getting enough to eat has increased from about 13% of the population in 2014 to 20% in 2022. Niger is a landlocked country in the dry Sahel region of Africa. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Its capital is Niamey. The country derives its name from the Niger River, which flows through the southwestern part of its territory. Sahel is a semi-arid region of western and north central Africa extended from Senegal eastward to Sudan. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option C is correct. It forms a transitional zone between the Sahara Desert to the north and the belt of humid savannas to the south. Last question is, first snow marathon was recently seen in the news. It was organized by which of the following? Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Border Roads Organization, Ministry of Tourism, or Ministry of Home Affairs. The correct answer is option C, Ministry of Tourism. Recently, the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India has organized the maiden first snow marathon in Jammu. Therefore, option C is correct. The first ever Grand Show Marathon event is organized to celebrate 75 years of India's independence, G20 India Presidency. It will boost the spirit of marathon adventure among travelers and adventure enthusiasts across the country. Over 130 runners participated in the marathon from across the country. Now it's time for the practice question. Which among the following Constitutional Amendment Act authorized the Parliament to establish a common high court for 2 or more states? First Constitutional Amendment Act, Third Constitutional Amendment Act, Fifth Constitutional Amendment Act, or Seventh Constitutional Amendment Act? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.